Another day, another chance, another way, another dance to you. Speaking to you all about, a follow up of my blog. So here's just starting stages for my blog. Stuff that we're gonna be starting off with in regards to my blog. So yeah, that's pretty much like what we went over. So last time we just went over the if else statement that we make use of for my blog. That's just if else statements that we went over. In chapter 2, we're gonna be going over your main.js, our index.html, so on and so forth. So let's get to this, and before I go any further, I'm gonna introducing my navigator to you all. His name's Savas, and yeah, he's gonna be navigating all my videos. So without further ado, let's get to this. So last time I made use of index.js, but for my chapter 2, I don't know why, but for some reason I'm gonna be making use of main.js. So yeah, don't ask me why. So yeah, I'll main that JavaScript. So what we have here is our const express equals require express, const app equals express, const path equals require path, app.useExpress static, directory name plus public index at false, mutable true, catch control true, max age 30D. Right, so these are pretty much the stuff that we have. The variables, require variables, express, require by our path though, you know, path, express, and then express again, but our app. You know what I mean? So what that does is it takes our app and it pretty much imports it. You know what I mean? It imports our app. And the reason why we got empty variables is because there'll be different URLs that we can be traveling back and to and back from. So it has to be empty. It mustn't be static. You know what I mean? It has to be fluid in the sense that we have to be able to visit multiple URLs using the same HTTP response or the same HTTP server. So it's empty. Then app that use express that static directory name plus public, next false immutable true, cache control true, max age, app.get, so we got our parameters, where's that send file path that resolve directory name, index.html, app.get about, parameters, where's that send file path that send directory name, then about.html. Then app.get, contact parameters, and then where's that send file path that resolve directory name, contact HTML, then you got my server. I'm placing on port 3000. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Yeah. So it's pretty much my get, functions, you know, yeah, so it's my parameters, application record, properties, so on and so forth in my server. Yeah. And then in addition to that, we've also a public file. You know what I mean? So yeah, my public file. So my public file, it pretty much stores all the additional stuff that you're gonna be making use of in my in our back front end, so our CSS and our JS as well. Right, before we go over that, as you can see, you got my variables and you got my local. Nothing is global because the server that I'm making use of isn't global. So that means no one else can access it but me. Unless I render it on cloud unless I render it on Cloudinary or unless I use render to globalize it. Otherwise, it's just local. So I got my directory name, which is my file path, my file name, which is my file path, the path name for my path for my file, app, which is my parameters, export, express, module, path require, and then I got my object. So that's pretty much what I have. Then I got my application.js. So it's got my strict equal operator, if all statements, my app that disables settings, so on and so forth. This is my computer JavaScript. It's actually not a part of my app, but it's just not my computer, JavaScript. Everything that's being made use of my roots, just all the language that my computer makes use of. You know, it's pretty much like the deeper web. You know how you got the deep, how you got the surface level web, then you got the deep web. It's pretty much the deep web, so to speak. But hence, it's over like 700 lines.
Yeah, that's quite.
Yeah.
You think that's big? At work,
Yeah.
we have a file that's about 84,000 lines long.
I got a newfound respect for like developers like yourself.
Yeah, no, it's like they should put like a counter on top,
Yeah.
saying like all developers who try to understand this and fail, put increment the failure count or something.
And you wonder why they keep on delaying the release date for GTA 6. I'm sure it's development problems that they got.
Well, that probably got to the developers. Like you said, it's ready to release in a few days. I said, yeah, he just started up like he just started up the Unreal Engine. Didn't even touch the thing.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's functions, and then you got my public. So obviously, and then you got my node modules. So obviously, I went over in my last video. So it's package-lock.json, right? So that's pretty much for my dependencies. Then package.json. It's my dependencies. Package-lock.json is my node modules, but it gets saved there. My node modules, all the stuff, all the files and everything that you're gonna be making use of. It's there.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have. And then, in my last video, I went over like my HTMLs and stuff. So index.html, contact.html, about.html. So doc type, so on and so forth, right?
Mm.
Pretty much what we went over before. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, our if else statement, then our app dot then our or actually no, not our if else statement because we're not using it anymore. We're using
Mm.
our parameters now for it. Our app.get
Yeah.
for it, not our non if else statement strict equal operators, but our app.get belongs to parameters. In our directory name index.html, which is the path that we use, within our app directory. And then yeah, without a further ado, let's head over to our main, our front end. So as you can see here, we've got a full stack. You know what I mean? So as you can see here, our index.css now public files being made use of. Index.js is being made use of. The reason why it's being displayed because we're not using an if else statement anymore. We're using a code that actually refers to our directory name, right?
Mm.
So app.get, our directory name. Okay. Then our
Yeah.
local host as well. So localhost than about, you know what I mean?